Welcome back to the class, dear students. In the last class, I already gave you introduction to your syllabus. I discussed the contents that you have for your first PUC English. So in today's class, I'm going to discuss a poem. So we'll start with your syllabus, for today, I'll be teaching you a poem that is "The Schoolboy," written by William Blake. So this is the second unit of your first PUC English textbook, and that is a poem, "The Schoolboy," written by William Blake. So William Blake is an English poet and also a painter, and this poem, "The Schoolboy," was published in the year 1789 in a collection that is called Songs of Experience. So this poet, William Blake's poetry, is divided into two types. He published his poems in two collections, and the two collections are Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience. So these are the collection of poetry of William Blake, and "The Schoolboy" was published in the Songs of Experience in the year 1789. And this poem is a lyric. It's very simple. A lyric means a simple poem in which poet expresses his personal feelings, and lyric or lyrical poems consists of stanzas. It is very simple and very easy to understand, lyrical poems. And the poet here, in this poem, "The Schoolboy," is a lyric that is written by William Blake and was published in his collection that is Songs of Experience. ಸೊ 1789 ಈ ಪೋಯಮ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪೋಯಮ್ನ ಬರೆದಿರೋದು ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಬ್ಲೇಕ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಲಿರಿಕ್. ಇದನ್ನು ಲಿರಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಲಿರಿಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ಮು, ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾನ್ಸಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದರೆ ಪೋಯಟ್ ಅವರ ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ನ, ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಲಿರಿಕಲ್ ಪೋಯಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಲಿರಿಕ್ written by William Blake, that is "The Schoolboy." So we'll start with the poem. I'll read the poem once. I love to rise in a summer morning when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh sweet, what sweet company. But to go to school on a summer morning, oh, he drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower. Worn through with the dreary shower, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Oh, father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants and stripped of their joy in the springing day, by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer's fruits appear? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy, or bless the mellowing year when the blasts of winter appear? So this is a simple and very small lyric written by William Blake, "The Schoolboy." In this poem, "The Schoolboy," the poet here is talking about informal education and formal education. These are two different forms of education. We all know about our school days. We all used to go to schools. Some of us didn't like to go, some of us loved to go. We wanted to go to school very badly, whereas some of us used to cry whenever we were expected to go to school. So here in this poem, the speaker is a young schoolboy who is to us expressing his views about schools. In a way, William Blake here is talking about informal education. Formal education means a child is expected to go to school. In formal education, in the system of formal education, schools play very important role. Child, even from his young age, he is to be sent to school to learn. But in those who believe in informal education, they think that schools are not necessary. For a young child to go to school is like taking away his freedom. He is not. He doesn't. The child don't enjoy. The child cannot enjoy his childhood, his youth, his life if he is sent to school according to informal school. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನಂದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಆವಾಗ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಲಿತಾರೆ. ವೆರಸ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡ ಹಾಗೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನೂ ಕಲಿಯಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಲೀವ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್, ದೇ ಲರ್ನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ their experience. So here this boy, the school boy, this speaker of the poem, he is expressing his views, saying that if you send a child to school, you are taking away his freedom. If a child is sent to school, he is scared. He lives his life being afraid, annoyed, anxious. Even though he can learn so much from the nature itself, if he is sent to school, he becomes depressed. He cannot enjoy, he cannot learn anything from the nature. That's what the speaker of this poem, this school boy, is saying. Ee poem alli avanu helta idane enandre, he is giving comparison between a bird and the child who goes to school. If a bird is caged, it cannot sing. It is very similar to that of a schoolboy. Just how a bird in a cage cannot sing, child who goes to school cannot learn, cannot live freely, cannot express his feelings, opinions, cannot live happily by enjoying the nature. So similar kind of opinion. ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಈಗ ಕೇಜಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಬರ್ಡ್, ಹಕ್ಕಿ, ಅದು ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಹಾಡು ಆಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಹಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕೇಜ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಕಲಿತಾರಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆ್ಯಂಕ್ಷಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಭಯದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತು ನೇಚರ್ನ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನೂ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಲಿ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್, ಆವಾಗ ದಟ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಬ್ಲೇಕ್ನ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಬಾಯ್. ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಬ್ಲೇಕ್ ಅವ್ರ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ನ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಬಾಯ್ನ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೋ ದೀಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಬೈ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಬ್ಲೇಕ್, it is written as if the school boy is expressing his feelings. ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಬ್ಲೇಕ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಪೊಯಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಅವನ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ he is not happy with his school life. He is comparing his life with that of a caged bird. So his freedom is suppressed, he is always scared to go to school, and he is not happy, just how a caged bird cannot sing happily. So this is what the poem is all about. Now we'll read the poem and we'll explain. I love to rise in a summer morning when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company. So the schoolboy here in the first stanza is talking about a summer morning. He loves to rise in a summer morning. The schoolboy loves to rise, loves to get up in a summer morning. And when the birds sing on every tree, so in a summer morning when the schoolboy gets up, when he rises, on every tree there are birds which are singing happily. And that view itself gives him so much happiness. When you get up in the early morning, that is summer morning, and see birds singing in every tree, the joy is unexpressed. The joy cannot be expressed. Such a beautiful view it is. So ಇವನಿಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಎದ್ದೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮರದಲ್ಲೂ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್, ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Huntsman, hunter. So is winds his horn. Horn is kind of an instrument. So here these hunters, they are signaling each other by horning, by blowing horn and signaling each other to start their work, to start hunting. To in that summer morning, we get to see all these things. We get to see birds singing in every tree. Hunters, huntman getting ready for his work to hunt by blowing horn, a musical instrument, by signaling other hunters also that they are going to start their work. Also the skylark sings with me. Skylark, a bird. So when he gets up in that summer morning, he sees birds singing in every tree, hunters getting ready for work, and a skylark which is singing. Oh, what sweet company. So all these are very sweet company. And the first stanza is description of nature. So this schoolboy, when he gets up in summer morning, ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಎದ್ದಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಾಣಿಸಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಸ್ಕೈಲಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇವನ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ. ಬೇಟೆಗಾರರು ಅವ್ರ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Oh, such sweet company. So all of this is a very sweet company of nature. The schoolboy is enjoying his company with the nature, with these birds, hunters. But to go to school on a summer's morning, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outward, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. So the first stanza is a happy thought. He is very happy in that summer morning. But in the second stanza, immediately the schoolboy is saying that though all of this gives me happiness, the thought of going to school, it drives all joy away. To go to school in such a beautiful summer morning, it takes away all my joy, it takes away all my happiness. ಇಷ್ಟು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಥಾಟೇ ನನ್ನ ಖುಷಿನೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ, ಕಿತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. Under a cruel eye outward, cruel eye, krura kannu. So who's this cruel eye? These are the teachers, the supervision of schools. Under a cruel eye outward. So the school, the teachers, they have kept their eye on me all the time. When I go to school, the schoolboy, when he goes to school, he is always under supervision of the school. He is always looked after by his teachers. And that is very cruel because it is very suffocating. He cannot express himself, he cannot enjoy. The little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Sighing, always feeling tiredness, and dismay, always frightened, scared. So when summer morning though gives him happiness, all these birds, hunters, the next moment his happiness is taken away. ಅವನ ಖುಷಿ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿರೋದೇನೋ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಥಾಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೂಪರ್ವಿಷನ್. ಅವನನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕಣ್ಣು ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ರೂಯಲ್ ಐ, ತುಂಬ ಕ್ರೂರವಾದ ಕಣ್ಣು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಒನ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್ who go to school, they always live in sigh and dismay. They always feel tired and scared in that school. So these are the first two stanzas. And the third stanza, then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, on through with a dreary shower. Then at times I drooping sit. Drooping, the shoulders are bent, which means when a person gets older, his shoulders are bent, which means he is tired, he is almost not physically well. But in this, when these little ones, these little kids go to school, that's how they sit. as if they are very much tired, they bend their shoulders and sit, drooping, as if bending the shoulders. That's how they sit and spend money. Many and anxious are anxious, worried, fearful. So when I go to school, I sit drooping, bending forward as if I'm tired, and spend our in that school anxiously, fearfully. We are always feared, scared, worried, anxious when we sit in school. Nor in my book can I take delight. I cannot take delight. I cannot be happy in my books. ಪುಸ್ತಕದಿಂದ ನಂಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಾನು ಟಯರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ತುಂಬ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಕೂರ್ತೀನಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ವರಿ, ಫಿಯರ್, ಭಯದಿಂದ ಕೂತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬುಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬೋವರ್ classroom. I cannot sit in a classroom worn through tired, sustagi, with the dreary shower. Dreary shower means all these difficult classes, classroom teaching, dreary shower. So nanu learnings over school. I cannot sit in school and feeling tired through these difficult classes. I cannot listen to classes because I'm always scared, tired, and these schools and the books are not giving me delight. They are not giving me joy and happiness. So we'll continue the poem in the next class. We still have 3 more stanzas, so we'll finish it off in the next class. Thank you.